2025. Và kính thưa quý vị, ngay lúc này, Mi Anh xin được phép trân trọng giới thiệu sự hiện diện của một vị khách mời vô cùng đặc biệt đến từ một đơn vị đã luôn đồng hành cùng Net Zero Challenge. Xin được phép trân trọng giới thiệu tiến sĩ Trương Minh Huy Vũ, Viện trưởng Viện Nghiên cứu Phát triển Thành phố Hồ Chí Minh đã đến tham dự vòng chung kết Net Zero Challenge 2025. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, before we find out who our winners are, I have an exciting news that we would like to share with you that marks a significant step forward for climate tech innovations in Vietnam. And it is now our honor to welcome to the stage the visionary leaders of Touchstone Partners. Please join me in giving a round of applause for Mr. Trần Nhật Khanh, Managing Partner, and Ms. Ngô Thủy Ngọc Tú, General Partner of Touchstone Partners, as they come up on stage and share with all of you the exciting news. Please welcome.
I hope I don't have a timer. I feel like less nervous not having a timer. I should not be nervous, but I am. Third year, we're doing this, and I think I'm nervous because we're going to make a very big official announcement today. It's not a prize announcement yet, but I promise you it'll be equally exciting. I had a lot of questions over the last few months on the commitments of Vietnam in general in terms of green development and green economy, green transition as from our friends from other countries. I just want to share with you a few high-level numbers, and I promise it will be very short, it will be less than one page. So there is an aim or target of getting to $300 billion worth of green blue economy by 2050, where we were at 2020 with 6.7 billion. The government already has a target and aims to get to 25 to 30% of renewable energy by 2045. And obviously we have a net zero commitment, by 2050. To support that, since the finale of Net Zero Challenge last year, December 2024 until now, there have been non-stop resolutions and reforms happening at the central government level in terms of empowering private enterprises to be the engine or the driver of sustainable growth. We have the resolution 57 to actually push for strategic innovation and technology backbone for low carbon sustainable growth in Vietnam. And obviously, where we are today is right in the center of the conversations around the draft for the International Finance Hub for Vietnam in Ho Chi Minh City and Da Nang, which has a very big focus in green finance, carbon market, innovative financial instruments to fund the green transition of Vietnam. So these are the very high levels of data I want to give to the audience of our foreign friends who are visiting Vietnam. Let's talk about the critical role of Vietnam's green economy.
So before talking about the Vietnam's green economy, I just want to share that we are deeply thankful for all of your presence today. We've been in a lot of climate forums internationally. The energy here is so impressive and so engaging, and I think it's only possible because we have very different groups coming together from the builders, the funders, and governments. The other thing that I want to just check in, who's here for you want to go back to your chemistry and physics and biology lessons after hearing all of the pitches just now? Because that's basically what Kat and I have to do every day when we look at, when we meet with a lot of the climate tech startups. And what we realized that, why do we have so many startups in Southeast Asia coming to us and talk about these climate actions? It's actually driven by also how big our agricultural economy is. It's actually 30% of the employment in Southeast Asia in total. and it's responsible for 40% of the CO2 emissions. So there's also a macro driver behind a lot of the entrepreneurial startups that we have the opportunity to meet in our daily life. If who's here living in Vietnam? I guess majority. And as we all know, when we look at our Facebook, as of now, TikTok, you probably already have people living in different hometowns, living in the flats. A lot of, this morning I still have friends saying they cannot really sleep last night because of a lot of the flooding situations. And so back then in 2019, when Kat and we started talking about investing into innovations and climate in Vietnam, we're like, maybe this crisis will come in 10 years, 2030, sometimes in the future. We really cannot foresee how quick it's actually already happening. But we choose not to be desperate. There's also another choice to continue to thrive and flourish.
When we started our fund in 2021, we basically said that let's invest in stuff that will improve the quality of life for people in Vietnam. And I have 2 kids, and I always ask myself the questions of what kind of environment, what kind of air, I want my kids to be breathing in 10 years, maybe now less time. So we basically built a green portfolio without even saying it or knowing it consciously. So we have been standing behind some of the most amazing innovators in the green transition in Vietnam. So we backed Select, which is an e-bike company with a battery infrastructure network in Vietnam for logistics sector. Stride with the solar panel financing for home households and micro SMEs in Vietnam. And then we have a lot of players within the sustainable agri and advanced tech agri sector behind some of the most commodities that Vietnam is exporting, meaning rice, shrimp, coffee. What is interesting for us is 5 out of these 7 portfolios that we have came from NOC, Net Zero Challenge. And we cannot be more excited, to do this more every year with the support and the partnership of the Master Foundation. Now, in the heads of the investors in the room, they'll be like, what is your commercial return, right? Can you make money out investing into these companies, that are actually helping the world, but are they making money, or are we making money? That's good. We have proven that this particular green portfolio within our funds is delivering and is proving our belief that we can do high impact or high return portfolio. We call it higher, right? So accurate number, like exact numbers, we need to sign NDA, but this is what we're very proud of.
Also, to help the commercial investors in the room de-risk, we have worked with philanthropy and grant funders, in particular the Master Foundation here. We also help match a lot of our portfolio startups with other international organizations so that they can receive grants, not equity investments, so that they can be ready for investors to come in.
And it's not just about money, commercial return, we have fun too, a lot of fun. This is us together with the Temasek Foundation and many other friends in our Touch field trip to visit one of the projects that we're working on New Rise, which basically becomes your goal gift today. And this is how we actually prove that something that we prove for years, 2 years, more than 2 years, will become something fruitful and something that you can touch, you can feel, you can bring back home, and you can really enjoy it and tell your friends about it and be proud of being part of it.
So it's real low emission rice that you can eat. Please do bring it home. Do not keep it in the closet. Cook it, enjoy it, smell it. One thing we want to call out for a lot of the innovators out there and investors, the wrap inside is actually still plastic because we've tried so hard to find an alternative material that can be used for vacuum something. So if you know of any company that can provide that alternative material that can be used for a lot of the rice packaging, food packaging, we actually have clients wanting to talk to you.
Alright, let's just go back to this investment thesis. We want to invest in companies that transform lives and shape the future of Vietnam. And obviously with that, and the track record and the portfolios that we have built, today we want to announce that we will launch a fund called Touchstone Green Transition Fund. This is the Vietnam's very first investment fund dedicated to accelerate the country's green transition. The fund size is $10 million. We will, again, look at the higher areas, sectors in Vietnam, which is energy transition, sustainable agriculture, and circular economy. The investment instruments are equity, straight up equity, convertible loans, when it's appropriate. And like Lou said, we will continue to work with partners, foundation, philanthropies, family offices, to source for grants, concessional finance, to help us de-risk our investments. And obviously, NOC is and will always be the strategic platform where we source not just for investment opportunities, but also for partners, people who share the same beliefs, the same principles with us, to join us.
Last but not least, money is actually a function of value. We hope that this announcement of the fund is beyond just the money investment. It's also our effort to really bring the community who believes in a better future, a greener future for Vietnam and Southeast Asia to come together. So please, refer startups to us, come invest together with us, and let's have fun together.
And we start investing today. Thank you.
Exciting announcement, Mr. Function, and Mr. Hill, and so